Welcome back to Choppin Braves. I'm your host, Paul Maruth, along here with Nitin. And today we have our first episode of hopefully many and a plentiful series of podcasts. Now, in today's episode, we're covering our dream offseason for the Braves and a more realistic one. You know, what Alex would actually do. So how's your weekend?
As someone who's I've actually met Alex Anthopoulos, and he actually kind of told me everything he was planning to do.
Ooh.
Yeah, kind of insane.
Insider trading here.
Of course.
All right. How's your day,
start off? It's been pretty good.
All right. So we'll each do our dream off season, and then we can each do our realistic.
All right. Let's do it.
All right. So, my dream off season, of course. First, get rid of Azuna. He beat his wife. F him. We don't want that on our team, right?
You're not going to give him a second chance?
That's self-explanatory.
No second chance?
No second chance. There's no second chance for beating up your wife.
Did he do it, though? Did he do it?
I saw the video. Just stop, man. All right. Signed Freddy Freeman, self-explanatory. 6 years, 180, 30 million AAV. Now, remember, this is dream off season. So I have us going out and getting Carlos Correa, 10 years, 300 million, right?
Didn't you already sign with someone else there?
Did he? Carlos Correa?
Carlos Correa.
He'd never signed.
Oh, shit. I've seen too many jersey swaps. My bad. I've seen so many jersey swaps at this point where I'm thinking he's already signed with somebody else.
No, he's a free agent. He's coming to the Braves. Get him, Alex.
Yeah, 10 years, 300?
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
Then we had Chris Bryant. Now, we're not going to play him at third base. I know, last year, everyone wanted us to trade Riley for Chris Bryant, but now Riley's broken out. And Chris Bryant, we're going to go play him in the corner outfield, right?
Left field? Okay.
He'll hit 260, 30 bombs, 100 RBIs, solid 5 in our order, right? Now, here's where things...
What happens to Duffy?
BRDH.
Okay, I can see that.
Solaire. So now we'll have something... I don't know how to put this. Is there a way to put it onto the screen?
Yeah, let me try.
All right, so now we got to trade. It'd probably be the blockbuster of the offseason, to be honest. If we can get this going.
All right, here we go. There we go.
All right. So now, Braves are going to go out. Now, with this trade, you get an all-star center fielder and an amazing relief pitcher who could potentially be a closer. So I don't know if you've ever looked at David Bednar's baseball reference page, but it's kind of nice. He finished 8th in Rookie of the Year voting last year for the Pirates, so you probably haven't really heard of him. He was in the Joe Musgrove trade last year. I know I've been talking about Nathan for this guy for a couple weeks now.
Yeah.
So last year, he put up a 2.23 ERA with 60 innings, 15 earned runs, only 5 homers in those in those 60 innings, right?
Mm-hmm.
He struck out his hits per 9 were 5.9. His home runs per 9 was an astounding 0.7. Imagine that. He gives up less than 1 home run. Doesn't walk many, 2.8. And he strikes out 11.4 per 9. Now, I really like this guy. He has a sinker. He's a nasty curveball. I mean, it's one of the better ones I've seen. And then, we also get Bryant Reynolds. I think everyone here knows who Bryant Reynolds is, right? All-star center fielder. Good defense.
All right, let's say we do get Bryant Reynolds, right? Bryant Reynolds.
Sure.
You trade for him. What's your outfield looking like?
We already got Chris Bryant, right?
Mm-hmm.
So our outfield's Chris Bryant left field. Center field's Bryant Reynolds. Right field is Acuna.
Did Bryant Reynolds play center field for the Pirates?
Last year. He's a center fielder.
Okay, that's good.
It's not like putting Jock out there like we did last year. Now, we gave up some good prospect capital, of course. with William
That's a
Contreras,
lot.
where
That's a lot.
Contreras, he's blocked by Shea, I think, right?
Yeah.
Shea will
Langley,
debut.
yeah.
Shea will maybe debut late next year, and then in 2023 he'll share the role with Darnell before taking it fully over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ryan Cusick, he was our first round pick last year. He throws
Yep,
gas.
out of Wake Forest. Yep.
Nobody cares about Wake Forest. Okay, I think are we training? No. Ryan Cusick, he throws gas. He can't locate, and he has 2 pitches. Right now, this one hurts for me.
Mm-hmm.
Giving away Michael Harris. I'm really high on the
Harris.
guy, but he hasn't played above Double A. And right now, we're
getting Drew Waters too. You're giving away our top 2 outfield prospects.
Pache. No, but like sure, but we're also getting a proven player, right? In Brian Reynolds, and Brian Reynolds has 4 years of control. It's not like we're getting him with 1 more year of control, right?
Mm-hmm.
We're also, I know we're getting rid of Swanson, but we just signed Correa, so we're set.
Yeah.
All right, Waters, and then Waskar, Waskar, once you see, we're going to sign a starting pitcher later that I haven't shown y'all yet, and he'll replace Waskar very easily. All right. So I think it's pretty fair trade for both sides. And we're using MLB Trade Simulator, I think, which gives grades and everything. It works pretty well to see whether or not the trade's fair. So the rest are off season. We go out and get Colin Mchugh. Now, I know he's 35, but did you see that he pitched well last year? If you were to guess like what his ERA was last year, what do you think it'd be?
Probably three something.
1.55 as a relief pitcher for the Tampa Bay Rays.
Dang.
Right? 64 innings. And he'll be 35. His ERA plus was 2.56. All right. And so I think we give him a bit of a big deal with a 1 year 20. Maybe we could do that 115-ish. I don't really know what his market's looking like considering his age. And he also opted out of 2020, so
what's his contract looking like right now? Do you know what his contract is right now?
Free agent. What
was his? Okay. His last contract was a 1 year, 1.8 million. 1.8.
Yeah, it was nothing.
So you could probably even go for maybe like a 2 year 10, probably.
No, I think it'd be more. I don't want to go for 1 year as well with him because he's going to be 35. I mean, I know you've seen guys like Darren O'Day and stuff, but still.
Yeah. Maybe like a 1 year, 5, 6, 7 in that range.
Yeah, I think we could see that.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the next trade is we go out and we get Andrew Chaffin, left-handed reliever. Last year, split the year between Cubs and Oakland, traded at the deadline. He's a great lefty. Not super overpowering, but he just gets the job done, gets the ball on the ground. He's part of that no-hitter that Cubs threw against the Dodgers last year. And from what I've heard, all the reports and everything, he's a really good clubhouse guy. And then
he's nasty.
He's disgusting. And then last signing, we go out and get Carlos Rodon. Now, if July, we thought he was going to win Cy Young. Like, it was hands down, he's getting Cy Young. But then he started getting injured. His shoulder became a problem, which has become a problem in the past. And, he didn't pitch a ton of games, but he showed the potential that got him drafted 3rd overall a couple of years ago. And I think 1 year 30 may be a bit much, but I've heard there's a lot of teams after him. And, I think it's a fair. I mean, we gave Cole Hamels 18.5 2 years ago. I think we gave him Carlos Rodon 1 year 30, maybe 25. I don't know.
He's 29 years old. He hasn't even hit the pitcher's prime, as they call it, right?
He hasn't.
He's 31, 32 is when they get in their prime. So I could even see them going maybe like a 3-year, $50, $60 million deal if they need to.
Yeah, but I feel like he'll want a 1 year deal. He'll go, imagine if he gets this 1 year deal, pitches lights out, then he could go get that 6 year, $200 million deal.
Pull a Trevor Bauer.
A bit of a Trevor Bauer, not the complete Trevor Bauer.
Yeah, not the complete.
All right, that's kind of my dream off season for the Braves. I could have been like, oh yeah, we're going to go trade for Ohtani. We're going to go get Mike Trout. But that's just like not even realistic. I know it's the dream one, but still.
Okay, well, your definition of dream and mine are going to be totally different here. So here we go. We're going to start off. We're going to re-sign Freddy. That's pretty straightforward. 6 years, 180. It's what he requested, what he wants. Nothing else. Easy. All right. First trade here. Okay. It's a little bit of an iffy trade here. Let me pull this up for you guys. Let's see. So we're going to be trading for So I was going around the diamond, right, looking at the different positions. First base, we're good, we're chilling. But the one position that I think that we could really improve on is catcher position. And right now, Darno, he's solid, but I don't really think he's going to get the job done.
But we have Langoliers.
So out.
All right, we have Langoliers, so I don't know.
But yeah, anyway. So if we're going to talk about right now, I think that we could go out there and get, let's see. Yes, Monty Grandal. JT Real Muto is probably him, or Grandal is probably the number 1 or 2 right now. So I think using Trade Simulator, we went out there. Grandal and Vera. I have no clue who Vera is, but he pops up and we're using him, so why not? So we're gonna trade away Contreras. Contreras, we've seen up in the majors. He hasn't really been able to make consistent contact or any form of power. And Cusick, yeah, like Palmer said, he's the number 1 pick, like our number 1 pick this in the draft. But I mean, like, are we willing to take the risk to get Grandal? He only played in about 95 games last season, and that's fine. And he popped 23 bombs, and over a full season, that's around 40 home runs. So that's a lot of power you can get with giving away Contreras and that prospect. So I think that's one way we can get a better catcher position. And then signing Carlos Correa, I'm not big on him, so I think he would definitely be an improvement at shortstop. But like, I don't like the 10 years, $300 million deal. So I'm gonna go 5 years, 150.
You think he signs that? What's that AAV? It's still 30 mil. I'm not gonna
30 mil. Yeah.
Also, I know this going back to your last trade. That Vera guy, he's their 8th overall prospect. He's in rookie ball right now, but he's 21, 6'4", 185. I've heard good things about him throughout that system. So I'd like to get him. He's from good. Cuba. Yeah.
Oh, that means he's good automatically.
Yeah. He has a 70 grade curveball right now.
Nasty for a minor league prospect.
Yeah. All right, you can go back. Sorry, my bad.
All right, yeah. So next, we're going to sign Jorge Solaire. He's going to be our DH. Yes.
Solar power, baby.
Yes, sir. 4 years, 75. I think he could probably go for more, but we're going to front load that deal.
No,
4 years.
I don't think he'll go for more. I think he'll go for like a 2-year, 25.
Well, I'm thinking 4 years, 75. You front load it as much as you can. And so then if he starts to underperform, you can just trade him away, probably get some good money for him.
I'm sorry, you're giving him 19 mil AAV.
Yeah.
Think about the other players who are that's more than Acuna. That's more than Albies.
Bro, we fleeced Acuna so bad. We fleeced him so bad.
Yes, but still.
He's 10 years, 100 mil. There's no way.
We'll see.
All right. Next, since we got Correa for 5 years, 150, we can trade away Dansby because, like, who cares about Dansby now? Do you like Dansby as a player?
As a person, I do. As a player, he's a solid 8-hole hitter for us.
8-hole, yeah. I think he's probably going to live somewhere between the 20 to 25 home run range for his career if he stays consistent.
Bro,
but I don't see him pop.
Nasty.
Exactly. That's the thing that,
he's
like,
fast. He fields. He hits tanks. There's nothing bad about this guy. His plate discipline, maybe.
He's jacked.
Yeah. And he's Canadian, baby.
Jacked. All right. So let's break down this trade. The Cardinals, they gave us Tyler O'Neill. Realistically, this would never happen. This would never happen. The Cardinals aren't trading him away. But looking at according to the trade simulator, he's worth $45 million, right? So we'll give him Mike Harris. I know. Number one Offseason prospect, right? But like, we'll see. And then Dansby. We already got Correa, so we don't really need to. Dansby, I mean, I don't know. So, what do you think? You like this trade?
Oh, for the Braves? Yeah, because now, hold up. I don't want to spoil one of your future things. I mean, the outfield will be insane because there's about to be one more signing coming up that I see you have. Be pretty nice.
Oh, yeah. All right. So yeah, let's go to the next. Let's go to the next signing here. Okay, like you
Yep.
said, Carlos Rodon. He's his last contract, right? If we pull that up here,
1 year, 3
is
mil,
a
I think.
1 year, 3 mil, right?
Yeah.
1 year, three. That's
He got
nothing.
non-tendered by the White Sox last year.
That's nothing. That's dirt cheap. So I think he's probably going to go up there though in the market right now. Look for some money, especially
He'll
going
get
that
paid.
close to becoming a Cy Young. He's going to get paid. So I'm thinking 2 years, 45-ish, front loaded again. Maybe like the first year he maybe gets 25 mil, and then see if he can stay consistent, perform well, and then reevaluate the second year. And then see, I really like Zach Greinke. I don't know why, but he's a free agent. He's a free agent, so I'm saying pick him up 1 year, 5 mil. Nothing crazy.
I think that's an overpay.
You think that's an overpay?
Yeah, I mean, hold on. Let me go pull up his stats last year.
He carved us up in the World Series. Carved us up.
But I was at that game. We won.
Yeah, I know we won, but still, he has potential. He can still play. So I think 1 year, 5 mil for his veteran, especially with our young pitchers. I think he would really be beneficial.
Yeah, I don't know.
All right, then these next two signings are a bit of a stretch. I know. I don't really know what I think about the Japanese players, especially the ones that are coming over. I mean, we all know Shohei, right? What he's done.
Hideki Matsuyama
exactly.
I just butchered that name. That's about it. But think about all the failed guys that there's been.
Exactly. All right, then Ichiro and everybody, right? Like it's hard for them to come over just with the language barrier and everything.
We've named 3 players that have been successful in the past 20 years. I could name countless that have been failed. What's that guy on the Reds right now, that center fielder? Horrible.
I know who you're talking about. Can't put the name to the face, though.
Bad. I don't know.
Yeah, I just don't like taking that come over here. They don't perform well. But you know who Seiya Suzuki is being compared to, right?
That's complete nonsense. I know the name you're about to say. It's nonsense.
Ronald Acuna Jr.
And Seiya Suzuki would get paid more.
Oh yeah. I mean, no one's ever gonna 10 years, 100 mil for Ronald though. That was a steal. So I'm thinking, what I've seen is people have been saying that he's looking for upwards of 100 mil, which I can see him looking for just because of the performance he's had in the Japanese league. So I don't know. I don't want to put too much into him. So I'm thinking 5 years, 125. Front load that. That's 25 and every year. Front load as much as you can because if he performs underwhelming, you don't want to
front loaded 3 contracts. Our payroll next year is going to be horrible.
I mean, we're like, what are we right now in payroll? We're like at 112 right now, 120.
Arbitration will come in a bit.
Yeah, I guess. So I mean, we're not crazy up there. We're not like the Dodgers who are spending 200 mil, but we're also not like the Guardians.
We also have Liberty Media. Okay.
No one likes Liberty Media. All right, then this is probably my most unrealistic trade that's not going to happen. But again, it's a dream off season. So I'm thinking we get Shohei Ohtani.
Overrated. Hold up.
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah. What about him?
All right, so we all know who he is, right? He can pitch. He can hit. Especially with the DH coming up, it's going to be a good spot for the Braves. So I'm thinking we give up Ian Anderson. So, I mean, I think Ian Anderson is more upside in pitching than Ohtani, just generally.
Are you out of your mind? Are you insane? Ohtani has the nastiest pitch in baseball, and he hits triple digits. Ian Anderson throws 95 and has a mediocre changeup.
He no-hit the Houston Astros in the World Series.
In 5 innings. Shohei would go 7 shutout, and then he'd hit a 450-foot tank.
That's what I'm saying. Shohei's better, so we trade away Anderson and Yanoa.
Okay, so your rotations Ohtani, Rodon, Morton Fried, and Zach Greinke. And then we push Greinke to swingman once Soroka comes back.
Yep, and Zach Greinke could even be like an opener. Like he could play like a Jesse Chavez role, but a better Jesse Chavez.
Oh no, that's not realistic. Sure, but you don't need an opener when you already have. So what's gonna happen with Mueller, Davidson, all those guys?
They can develop. I mean, they can also be trade pieces later because like these guys are gonna end up running because like they're gonna be good trade pieces. Morton's almost done.
Okay.
He'll probably finish out his contract with the Braves.
Well, it's a 1-year deal. He should finish out his contract with the Braves.
Yeah, I mean, like
If not,
finish
I'm
out his career.
concerned.
His career. He started out with the Braves. He'll probably end it with the Braves, especially after winning a World Series.
Uh-huh.
And then he got hit off the leg too, right? So this is probably gonna be his last season, just injury wise, not prone. So yeah, I think yeah. Well, that marks off my very unrealistic but dream off season. You want to hit up the realistic side now?
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's do this.
So, first off, wait, hold up. Sorry, I was reading from the wrong one. All right, sign Freddy. Pretty simple. He's been the face of our franchise for the past decade. He went through the relationship. It went from Chipper Jones was the face, and now it's Freddy. And, some people say, oh, it's Acuna or whatever. I still think it's Freddy, personally. I don't want to sound like Stephen A. Smith with the whole thing that Stephen A. Smith said about Ohtani, but just having, the guy who, I'm not even going to say this.
English. You can speak English.
But, yeah, that's kind of what I'm trying to say. Just a guy that players can relate to, people that can relate to better. Like, Acuna's flashy. I love him. Mm-hmm. But just have that steady guy. All right. Next one, trade Azuna. Get that man as far away from Atlanta as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Trade him to Correa. Whatever it takes.
How about we give him to the Dodgers for $500 million?
Last year when Shane Green signed with the Dodgers, I thought he was going to no-hit us in the playoffs if that was going to happen. And I know Ozuna, it's going to be Game 7 NLCS, and Ozuna's going to be a walk-off tank at Chavez Ravine, and I will be pissed. All right.
I mean, do you think anybody would sign him, though? Who do you think would get him?
It'd be like the Reds.
The Reds.
Or Tampa Bay would totally sign him. Astros.
No, I don't think they would.
Astros, they signed Roberto Osuna.
I don't think the Rays would because of the salary cap. Because if we're trading him, they're going to have to take a big chunk of his contract.
Wait, trading. Astros could. They took Osuna.
They got Jordan Alvarez. They got Alvarez. Did they really need Ozuna?
Who knows? Whatever.
Well, who's an NL team that's going to really need a DH?
Mets. Or what about the Phillies? Who are the Phillies? They have 2 open outfield spots right now, as of the time that we're recording, right? Mm-hmm. They just have Harper. You could put Matt Verling out there. Their old power bat off the bench, Brad Miller's the free agent. I don't know. Whatever.
Do you think the Mets will take the division?
No.
Actually, be honest here. No?
No.
The Braves have to make the right moves, and I think we'll keep the division.
Obviously, you don't just cruise to the NL East division. I mean, we saw that last year. There's no smooth sailing in this division.
0. But it can't be as stressful as it was this season. We need to start out strong. I mean, that was.
I'd be lying if there's a point where I didn't expect us to make to the World Series, let alone win it. Make it to the playoffs was I hope. I'll tell you a little story from last year. So it was we just made it in the playoffs, right? We're playing the Brewers or whatever. My mom says, oh, do you want this playoff sweatshirt or whatever? And I said, sure. I don't know if I'll be able to wear it because I was going to go travel to Dallas or whatever, and I didn't need a sweatshirt there, right? It's a really bad story. But I'm like, what if the Braves get swept by the Brewers? Then I'd never be able to wear that sweatshirt ever again. That was how much I believed in this team, which was not at all. Hey, but we came through.
I started the Choppin Braves account on July 10th. Did that date sound familiar?
That was the Acuna day.
That was the Acuna day.
The 12th was Jock Peterson.
Yes, so on the 10th, I actually started it in the morning, having no idea that what was going to happen later that day. And then as I do it, I post and everything. We start growing the account, right? And then I just see all these Ronald Acuna fan pages popping up. It was so funny. But yeah, hopefully, you've seen all those videos of him, right, in the batting cages and everything?
Of course.
He's looking good.
He's nice. I mean, yeah. All right, let's continue on.
Yep.
That whole conversation started by talking about Azuna. All right, next, we signed the replacement to Azuna, Jorge Solaire. I love the guy. he has absolutely nasty power. If you saw that homer against the Astros third inning
No
off
way.
Luis
Like
Garcia,
4. They said that was like 4:30.
I don't know. He destroyed that baseball. All right, so we re-sign him. Well, I guess it's considered re-signing, but we sign him for 3 years, $40 million. Right? I think that's more fair in his value. Now, next, we get a center fielder to start. We sign Kevin Pilar. Now, he's not the best offensively. I don't even know what he hit. But we signed him for 1 year, 10. Right? So our outfield opening day is Kevin Pilar, Solaire. Who else?
He hit 231
Who is he
with
with?
15.
Oh, yeah,
50, he was with the Mets.
Oh, I remember Jacob Webb. Ooh, that was. But
I was thinking about that. Does he really want to get to the Braves though?
I think he's chill with the Braves. Also, if you come to the Braves, you can't get hit by the Braves. Right?
Yes.
All right. So our outfield for
he
opening
he didn't
day.
do too well last year, but I think he was injury prone. No, he played 125 games.
So his only injury was getting hit in the face.
Pretty much 231 average, 15 home runs, 47 RBI, 75 hits.
And Toe played Golden Glove center field for you, right? So our outfield be Solaire, Pilar, and Pache. Opening day, right? If Acuna's not back.
I don't.
Yeah, if Acuna's not back, who's playing right field? Oh, Solaire. Duvall. I'm an idiot.
Solaire. No, Solaire's playing right.
Our outfield is left field Duvall, center field Pilar, right field Solaire.
I think I see Pilar more as a Guillermo Heredia kind of player.
Yeah, when Acuna comes back, he turns into a Guillermo Heredia.
Yeah,
but opening day you can't do that with no Acuna.
It all depends on how Acuna's rehab goes.
Yeah, and I don't want to rush him. I mean, not to say we rushed Soroka, but look how that kind of turned out.
Yeah, I mean, walking down the street in the game.
He pitched an inning in spring training last year against the Red Sox,
and it was good too. It was good.
It was fine. It wasn't amazing, but yeah, I don't want to rush Acuna back. So now we go get the big boy, Daniel Vogelbach, first baseman, absolutely huge, clutch. He hit a full count grand slam off the Cardinals to walk it off last year for like a 1 year 3 or like a 1 year 5. He got non-tendered this year. So. Then we get the younger Julio Urias, Jesse Chavez. The older, whatever. Yeah. Jesse Chavez, 1 year, $3 million. Now, this is just what I put myself into Alex Anthopoulos. I'm good friends with him. We've had lengthy conversations. And I kind of just put myself inside of his head. What would Alex do? And I think he loves Jesse Chavez kind of replaced Josh Tomlin. And Josh Tomlin was on our team for way too long. Mm-hmm. So I think there's a very good chance that he goes and brings back Chavez.
I can see that.
Now, next we go out Chris Martin. Kind of another one of those deals. Chris Martin, he's fine as a fifth inning guy.
Yeah, right. With especially like a big lead or something, nothing too stressful.
Yeah, because imagine our bullpen this year would be it'd be like 6th inning Minter, 7th Jackson, 8th Matzik, 9th Smith. Right.
Are you okay with Will Smith staying the closer?
Yes.
I think if we said that in the regular season, everyone would think you were crazy.
But he was nasty in the postseason.
Postseason Will Smith.
Hey, that's what we paid the big bucks for.
Exactly. He made more news than the second famous Will Smith.
Or the third famous Will Smith. He's the number one Will Smith in the world. It goes Will Smith the pitcher, Will Smith the catcher, then Will Smith the actor. I mean, what was the last thing Will Smith the actor did? I love Will Smith the catcher. I'd love for the Braves to go get him. But that's kind of unrelated.
Yeah, the Dodgers would not get him. They wouldn't give him away. He's too good.
I was about to say they have a good prospect. I remember they traded away Kebert. I don't even know how you pronounce that name.
Who would they give him to? Like the Nationals or something, right?
Yeah, Nationals. He was in the Trey Turner deal. Mm-hmm. Or Max Scherzer or whatever. Now we do get a former Dodger in my next signing. Now you may not know he's a former Dodger. Danny Duffy. He played his whole career leading up until the trade deadline this year with the Royals. Then he got traded to the Dodgers, didn't start a game, and got injured. Now, Danny Duffy, he's not great in his career, right? His career ERA is a 3.95. But in 2021, he had a 2.51. His whip dropped by 0.1. I mean, he was just really good for the Royals last year, for the rebuilding Royals.
Mhm.
I'm pretty positive. I'm going to guess he's a ground ball pitcher, but I can't tell you for sure. He just
you can tell if his velo is low, then he probably is going to be one.
Well, I'm on Baseball Reference, so I can't tell. Also, shout out to Baseball Reference. I saw at the bottom of the site if you're using it for a podcast. Shout us out. So, shout out to Baseball Reference.
His average exit velocity is 88.7. The hard hit percentage is 35.3.
Yeah, hold on.
Barrel percentage is 6.7. So it looks like he probably is a ground ball pitcher.
Danny Duffy. Are you on Baseball
Actually, yeah, his K actually.
Does he strike out a lot as well?
Yeah, his K percentage is 64.
This guy sounds amazing. So, Braves, bring him over.
Yeah, no, he's solid.
I mean, his fastball goes 94. He has a fastball slider change.
Curve,
solid pitches. Or curve, yeah.
Yep.
I don't know how to read. He has decent spin rate on his fastball and on his curveball. And he has really good chase and whiff.
That chase
now, he can get lit up a bit. I don't know. And he also, I know it's not exactly but Kansas City is a big ballpark. Mm-hmm. And he also played only half the season. Last year, if he had played all of his games at Truist Park, he would have given up only one more homer. But if he had played all of his games at the Angel Stadium, he would have given up 3 more. And he only played half the season. So I think it kind of does help him a bit where he plays, but I don't know. And I think we get him for 2 year, 12. Because he's going to be out to June this year or whatever. So that's kind of just why I think we.
So you think he's going to be Yeah. What's his contract right now?
He was on a 5-year deal.
5 years, 65. 13 million annually.
He was in arbitration or something. He signed that deal. It was one of it's the Sandy Alcantara kind of deal. He said, "I want to be a Kansas City Royal for life." That's one of his quotes.
Cap.
Yeah. All right. That's my realistic offseason. See yours.
All right. Yeah. Mine's probably a little bit more crazy, but here we go. Number 1, Rishon Freddy, 6 years, 180. Give him all the money he wants. I don't care. It could be 6 years, 200. Just do whatever you need to do to get him. Solaire, I think he's going to be our DH. Even could play right field whenever you need to. 3 years, 50. I think that's good for where he is right now, but I think you front load that just because you want him. Because if we look at his career, right, he had that one really good 50 home run season, right? But then after that, he kind of dropped off, or 48 or whatever it was. He kind of just dropped off after that, right? And then he had a good season this season.
He had 2020, I think, was the bad year. His good season was 2019, right? So really one bad year, and it was a shortened COVID year. There's been a lot of guys who just dropped off.
You can just ignore the COVID year pretty much.
Yeah.
But yeah, 3 years.
That's why it was kind of dumb to sign Azuna to that big deal after the COVID year.
I mean, he did do well, though, in 2019.
Azuna? Or Solaire?
Yeah, in the playoffs. Azuna.
Did well against us because they got almost no hit by the Nationals in the NLCS. The Nationals steamrolled them.
If you can't beat them, join them, right? So I mean, you just get Azuna to come over to us. Okay, and then after that, I don't think I want to trade Azuna immediately, but I do think he needs to get. I don't think he'd be in a good position to be on this team. Everything off the field.
Guess what? Ozuna's a good baseball player. I'll say that.
Yeah, he is.
He hits for power, whatever. He's kind of flashy, but kind of in a weird way with his selfies. I still never got that. The mix-up was cool, whatever. Yeah. But I just thought kind of what showed how little he was liked in the clubhouse. Instantly, the day after the news came out that he got arrested, Mix-It-Up was gone. We went to, the swords and everything. So, I don't really...
So I think generally they just wanted to get rid of all traces of him in the clubhouse or on the field or everything because no one wanted to be associated with him. How do you think they're going to
accept him back into the clubhouse this year? I don't think
it's going to be interesting. Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah.
All right. Next we have. Well, actually, I kind of want to test him a little bit. Put him at DH. He's definitely not going to be in the field. He can't throw anymore. His shoulder's messed up. Just kind of test him a little bit. Play him in for a
Hey, just
couple
for the
games.
record, he threw at Alec Bowman that game.
Yeah, but it was like 70 miles per hour.
I don't care. Alec Bowman was hosed, and umpires are blind.
Yep. And so is replay.
Yep.
All right. Next after that, I like what you said earlier about Alex Anthopoulos keeping like Jesse Chavez back. I think they signed him for a 1 year, $4 million. Keep him a Brave, just keep him in there for like just he pumps strikes. He doesn't walk people. For those high leverage situations, maybe like if like Luke Jackson's not pitching well or like Matzek's not pitching well, you need someone in just to like, get base runners, like just get the inning over. Jesse Chavez is your guy. And then here's one of my bigger moves. Kyle Schwarber, 2 years, $40 million. I think that's probably a good range for what he did.
3 years, 60.
You want 3 years, 60?
No, that's what he wants.
He wants 3 years, 60?
Yeah, and there's some teams after him. So I don't know if we get him for 2 years.
I'm fine with giving him 3 years, 62. That's totally fine with me. I mean, like anything 20 mil per year.
Okay, so you're saying you try to keep Azuna. So what happens if Azuna plays well? You're going to play Schwarber?
No. You test him off.
Sure.
Then you trade him. You test him out like
So
DH.
what's the purpose of testing him? To get his trade value up?
Exactly.
And to upset the clubhouse?
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm fine with just trading him straight up either. It doesn't really matter to me. Okay. But yeah, so Kyle Schwarber, 2 years, 40.
Schwarber in the outfield? You're going to put him in the outfield and be fine with that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
2 years, 40, 3 years, 60, whatever he wants. Just make sure it doesn't go over 20 mil. After that, it's a little too much.
Yep.
And then Carlos Rodon, I'm totally fine. He's nasty. 2 year, 30, maybe a little low for him, but that's as high as I would go with the other signings at least. Yeah. And then Chris Martin, keep him a Brave, 1 year, $5 million, pretty simple. Andrew Chaffin, 2 years, 20. He was nasty, 1.83 ERA, under 1 WHIP. Just nasty. I mean, I think we bring him over from the A's. Won't be too expensive. Kind of like a Drew Smiley kind of money, but nothing crazy. But I think he'll be way better than Drew Smiley. Nothing. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pretty much. That wraps up my realistic offseason. Yeah. But we all have to wait to see if the season actually starts after the lockout.
So you're adding $80 million to our payroll for this year. I actually kind of did the quick math. That's a lot of money for Alex to be adding. Plus, so you just said we're at like 110 or something. So now we're at 190. Then we have arbitration, which brings it up to like 210, right?
I mean, you could always get rid of some of them, like Chris. I mean, I'm fine with not selling Rodon because we still have a great rotation. It's definitely underrated. Like, MLB nerds, right? You follow that Instagram page?
No, I don't follow that.
But anyway, they rank players, right? And they basically what they did was they ranked Morton the 12th overall pitcher and Max Fried 40.
Morton's fair. Fried's like 15th.
Yeah, Fried's up there. He's just really underrated. And then if you saw like their top 10 or something, 5 out of half the players were in the NL East.
Oh, speaking of, let's go back. Sandy Alcantara is better than. I'm just looking at some of Choppin Braves posts. Alcantara is better. Just gonna put that out there.
Pablo Lopez, bro, the doctor.
Also, all I'm saying, Freddy Freeman is not in the NL East.
See, here's the thing. If you read the comments, actually, I mean the description or whatever for the earlier post that I actually accidentally put in, I forgot Juan Soto.
You didn't have Soto. Yeah. Deleted.
So, yeah, about that. Like, I put.
Also, how do you forget Juan Soto?
Down. Re-sign with Freddie. It's the Nationals. I was like, who's on the Nationals? And I just kept going on with my business. But like, if you think about it, like if he doesn't sign with the Braves, which I hope he does and probably will, then it's gonna be Pete, Polar Bear.
Yep, that's fair.
Yeah. After that, yeah.
I thought Lindor was tricky, but there's no other good NL East shortstops. Miguel Rojas is probably the best contender for that.
Yeah, and he's Miguel Rojas. He's on the Marlins. Like,
great podcast.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah. And then your pitchers. I see what you're saying about Lopez being better than Alcantara.
Yep.
But I mean,
And
I
you
would
saw what he
potentially
did to the Braves, right? He struck out like 8 or 9 of us in a row.
after he hit Acuna on the first pitch and got ejected. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the
hmm
Marlins do have a lot of bad blood with the Braves, but like that's more like Sixto Sanchez kind of stuff.
What? How is that in
Who hit
any way
him?
six?
Who hit him? I thought it
Urania.
was. Oh, Urania, bro. They
Urania.
look the same. My bad, bro. My bad.
Bro, you idiot.
They have the same hair and everything. My bad.
That's so racist.
I
If
said the same
anyone,
hair.
I'd put Fried over Lopez. I get you're trying. Well, no, you were not even trying. But I put Fried over Lopez.
I was trying to get at least one player from each team.
Okay, what about the Nationals? They don't exist.
They don't have anybody.
Strasburg. Are you
Oh,
gonna do a
no.
bullpen or no?
Oh, yeah, I
Relievers?
probably will. Yeah.
All right. When I don't know. How long have we done it? We can do it right now, just live. We've been
All
going
right,
for like.
let's do it.
All
Let's do
right,
it. Let's do it.
Matzik.
All right.
Hold up, let me just. Let's
Diaz.
put
Diaz.
8 guys, right?
Diaz. Okay, yeah. Diaz from the Mets.
Hold up, I'm trying to put it on Google Drive real fast. 8 relievers, right? That's kind of standard, I feel like.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's go. Let's do it right now.
Smith, Diaz, Matzik.
Let me do something quick here. Okay.
Loop is gone. Phillies.
Diaz.
All right, it did.
Do we think Smith is up there though? Do we
Yeah,
think it?
Phillies. What was that guy they signed? Knebel?
Oh, yep.
All right.
Who else?
4 more
Mets.
slots. Mets is just Diaz, really. Because the Loop is gone. Loop is out in Anaheim.
Who's that one guy? Who plays wiffle ball?
Trevor May.
Yeah, Trevor May. Do we think he's up there?
Okay. Yeah, I think he is. Okay. Is there a single guy in the Marlins?
They're nasty. They have nasty starting pitching, but is that it?
I'm pulling up their bullpen. Marlins bullpen. Anthony Bass.
Ooh.
You watch Willis Baseball?
Yeah, I think he's up there. But like the starting rotation is way more nasty than the.
Wait, no, he's not up there. I'm sorry. I'm just saying. No, he put up. I don't know if this is projections or how he actually did, but this looks like he put up a 4.13 ERA last year.
That's not good.
That's not an all NL East bullpen.
But there's like nobody else in the bullpen for the.
Well, we can do like Jackson. I'm just pulling up all of them to make sure I didn't forget anyone.
Do the Mets have anybody else except for Diaz?
How about
Connor Brogdon? Was he any good? Was he any good though?
No. There's nobody on Nationals. I mean, the best guy in Nationals is Tanner Rainey, but not really.
Oh, okay. He did. I thought he did better than he actually did. He had a 3.43 ERA, which is solid.
It's solid. I mean, Seth Lugo, how did he do? Look that up.
He again solid, but like nothing crazy.
Well, we're looking now for solid because we're like, okay, we need to fill out these slots because we have nothing else.
Man, we don't need 8. We don't need 8 because that people in a bullpen is not realistically going to happen.
Hold up, I'll see. How many people are on the Phillies? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8,
Look at this.
9.
Look at this. Look at the streaming thing real quick. How about this?
All right.
Matzik, Diaz, Smith, Knebel, May Jackson.
Nate Jackson?
No, May and Jackson. Yeah.
Matzik number 1. Yeah. I might put May above Knebel.
This is not in an order, just numbering.
Oh, okay. Well, I like the order. Other than that, I thought the order was pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like we need somebody else. I feel like I'm just forgetting about a whole team. Does nobody else have a good bullpen?
There's just no good arm barn.
That is the dumbest thing. All right, I
I
guess
mean, yeah,
that's
there's
it.
nobody else. The starting rotations are just juiced, though. I mean, the Mets, the Phillies,
The
Braves.
offenses are insane.
Yeah,
But I
it's
have to
going to be a
imagine.
fun ride. It's going to be a fun division race.
Oh yeah, but hey, we're winning it all.
Oh, of course, of
We're
course.
clinching. Yeah,
Two-peat.
we'll win a. We'll be 162 and 0.
Of course.
Yeah.
Except for the games that Drew Smiley pitches in.
Drew Smiley's a free agent.
Let's go.
You didn't realize that?
Nah, there's so many free agents this year for the Braves, like little people that no one really cares about.
The little person you just brought up.
Correct.
All right. I think that's everything.
Yeah, well, this was a good first episode. I hope you guys all enjoyed. Thank you for tuning in.
We'll try to do these weekly. We're gonna maybe do a top 30 Braves prospects next week. We'll see how that goes. All right, go Braves. And it's frozen. I can't end the stream.
Oh, sorry. There we go. For some reason.
Okay.
All
Bye.
right.
See you all next week. End the stream.
See you guys. Thank you guys for listening. See ya. Go Braves.